Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and we're actually inside the Buick today. I'm going to be working on the floor. I've been requested to show me installing the carpet in here, and if I get that done, I might put the dash in as well, just to get it out of the way. It'll be protected inside the car, so I think that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to show you what I've done here. I'll show you the floor, kind of what I had done to it, because this floor is all brand new from the firewall to behind the rear seat to the trunk area. So that's all new. It is very dirty. I need to go in here. I'm going to vacuum it out and wipe it down with some grease and wax remover. Get the contact surface really good. Then I'm going to take some spray adhesive, put it down on the floor. I'm going to put the sound deadening material in, and I'm going to lay the carpet on it. It's really cold out. This carpet's been sitting for a long time. This is GM carpet leftover that I got. And it was folded up. It's kind of crinkled in the box, so there's a couple lines in it that I need to try to get rid of. But this is some awesome carpet. I mean, it's OEM like type carpet. So that's what I'm going to do. Some of it's already been cut because I've previously done some fiddling around with it, getting it fit in here, just because it was so stiff and how it was wrinkled up in the box. So that's going to be a big challenge, especially with it being as cold as it is today. I don't know if you can see it, but got a little bit of fog and stuff in here. I mean, I can see my breath today. So I might steal my daughter's hair dryer and heat up the part so I could stretch it out and get it laying as flat as possible. But I'm going to flip you around here. I'm going to show you the floor. Here's a shot of the inside of the floor. Can't see here. Lift this up. But I went all the way back to right there. That's all new from that seam all the way around. This whole floor pan here, all these brackets are new. All the way up here. I know it's really hard to see. I only got one light in here, but so all these braces had to be put back in. All these standoffs for the seat brackets and the shifter brackets all had to be put back in. So this was a lot of work putting this in. I got my power seat hooked up here. I did some wiring repair a while back. I got my seat belt light wire hooked up. That was all cut when I got the car. One thing that I want to put back in, this wire here, it's cut. This car used to have defrost window. It used to have the lines across. So I want to put that back in. This car will probably never see an icy day or a cold day where it's outside where I need that. But I want to have it in. Plus, I'm going to show you here. This is some of the crap that I had to deal with when I got the car. Like, this car was just thrown together. Like, look at this back window. It was never, like, glued in. I didn't do that. You can see it pushing out. So this was just a total hack job multiple times over. So, but I'm going to fix that all up, get it all done. So let me get to vacuuming out this floor, get it wiped down, and we'll start gluing in the carpet, or at least the sound deadening material here. Some of you might be thinking, well, why are you putting in sound deadening material? I mean, it is kind of a hot rod. I'm going for comfort. I want it to be drivable every day. I want it to be smooth down the road. I actually want to have cruise control, air conditioning, heat. I want all the creature comforts. That's why I'm taking the time to put in a power seat track. So that's why I'm taking the time to put all this stuff back in it, because I want a nice car. My wife hates this car, and she's like, I'm never going to ride in it. But I think once she gets in it and sees, sorry, I'm shaking here, sees how nice it can be. I mean, we used to have an 84 Monte Carlo SS, and she loved that car. I mean, it drove pretty nice. It was not a nice car by any means, but it was a fun car to drive, especially when jumping railroad tracks. So yeah, this one will be a lot nicer than that. This is way better. But yeah, I think once she gets in here and realize how nice this interior is going to be and how quiet it could be inside the car and still have the performance I want, I think she's really going to like it. So let me get this cleaned out. So now that I got my spots cut out where I need to be for the floor, for the sound deadening material, sorry. What I'm going to do is start spraying spots where it's going to connect. I'm not going to spray in these little channels, but I'm going to spray on top of the channels on the back here because it goes around the tub here. I'm going to do on top of the tunnel here and on the side. So what I think I'm going to do is start on top of the tunnel and the sides of the tunnel, let that tack up, put it down. Then I might do some stretching. I'm going to work my way out, and we're going to see how that goes. So I'm going to start spraying, let it tack up, and stick it on there. You do want it to be a little bit sticky. You don't want to put it on right away. So wait a few minutes and then put your material down. So I got my first section of sound deadening material installed. You see a little bit of overspray there. That's okay. But I'm going to come up here, start doing the front now. I got my shifter cable put in there on the floor. I'm going to have to cut a hole in the carpet for that. The other holes are pretty much cut already. I did have to. You got to remember, you got holes here for the seat buckles on each side. This stuff here was all pre-cut. So the only hole I had to cut in here were the two seat belt buckles and then the center console, because not all cars have center consoles. So that's what I got there. So I'm going to spray the front here, let that start tacking up, and put the front section in. So I got the sound deadening material glued in. I didn't see anything that said which was the front or back. They looked about the same. I just did whatever I thought fit better in the car. So I'm going to flip you around and show you. I might have put it in backwards, but I thought since the exhaust runs on the passenger side on this car, that more of the sound deadening material need to be on that side in the footwell. So I'll show you what I did. So you see here, I got it all glued down. I tried to get rid of any bubbles that were in it, any loose spots. And see how that side's a lot thicker on the floor area than this side? This just seemed to fit better. Plus I had this little tab here that stuck out for like where the footrest sits. So I think that's what that was for. I'm not sure. But it just seemed to fit better this way. So that's how it went in. Then here's the rear section all glued in. It's on there pretty good. I don't want to pull it off, but yeah. So it's turned out really good. Now I'm going to go get the carpet, lay it in here. I'm not going to glue the carpet down or anything until I get it situated perfectly. This stuff, not so much. You don't see it. But the carpet, I do want to look as good as possible. I got to stretch it a lot. So you'll see when I get it in here how wrinkled it is. So I got the carpet laying in, and it likes to bunch up in the rear wells right here. There's a lot of excess here. So I'm going to heat this up and then try to mold it. And then it's really bulgy right here. I got to pull it on each side on the front to get it all the way out here to the rocker. So I'm going to grab my heat gun. I'm just going to heat up where I'm going to go. I think I'm going to start laying some glue. I might fold this over, lay glue in the middle, and work my way out and see how that goes. So I got a wrinkle right here. So I'm heating it up with the blow dryer here, and I'm just working both sides. I'm trying to stretch down the tunnel here. I've only sprayed the top of the tunnel and the sides of the tunnel. I'm trying to stretch it out as far as possible. And I'm working my way out, and I'm trying to go up and back. So that's what I'm doing here. It might be kind of hard to hear, but I got the heat on it. I'm trying to get this bubble out. So that's my main goal right here. Is get rid of this bubble. Get that to lay down, and get that section moved up under there. So I got the front section done pretty well. The tunnel's looking really good. There's a little bit of a bubble left right here. It's not bad. A lot of it's gone. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get that out. Then I had a really big crease right there from when it was folded in the box. So I got extra glue there. I put some weight on top of it to hopefully hold that down. Then I'm going to throw the hair dryer on it and get that to relax a little bit, I think. So that's my plan, at least. See if that bubble goes away. Here's another example of what I'm running into. The carpet's tight against the tunnel here on top, and it's tight up here. But as it goes around the bend here for the tub, see how it's wrinkled up right here and there's a crease? And even on the back side, you can see that little seam right there? That's kind of what's messing everything up. So I'm going to throw the dryer on it here and see if I can heat this up and try to move this around and form it to the tub. Hopefully I can get it. Alright, so I'm still not having much luck on this rear floor pan area. I already cut a relief notch in this side, and that's where the rear seat clips into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a rear seat, put it in here, and see how much of this I can trim off. I think maybe if I trim some of this and put some reliefs in it, I might be able to work it a lot better. So that's what I'm going to do. So I went ahead and sat the rear seat in there. I'm already starting to get myself in trouble. I think if I get that pushed in properly, you can kind of see where I cut a relief right there. So that's not going to work. I should have never cut that, but I'll be able to fix it. I think if I could stretch that back. So that's my goal. I know it's hard to tell, but it is really wrinkled right there. So it's really wrinkled on the other side. So I need to throw more heat on it or something. I'm not sure, but I need to get these wrinkles out. So I got the carpet in. I got it as good as I think I'm going to get it right now. I do have a bulge right there on the passenger side or driver's side, and then the passenger side's got some wrinkles in it. But for whatever reason, I cannot seem to get those out, and it just might take time and some heat because it's going to want to stretch and whatnot. So I'm just kind of going to leave it right now because I've been working on it for a long time. But I got the rear seat fit in it. This seat's not staying in it. Well, at least not this upholstery. But I did sit the center console in there that I did a while back, the other day, I guess. And then the dashboard sat in place too. Nothing's final there. I still got a ton of wiring that I got to put back up in here. But for the most part, it's looking really good. I got to fix that dash plaque. I think I got it too tight. You can see a little dimple in there. So that's not a big deal. I just got to back off the little nut that holds it on. So yeah, it's looking really good. So the idea. That looks really good. I did put the trim pieces on each side because that helps hold the carpet in too. So I figured if I put these trim pieces on and hold it down as the carpet forms and molds over time, it'll be better for it because it was all wrinkled, especially on these back sections and that side over there. The spot where we, I'll walk you over there or show you. This is the spot where it was bubbling up. I put the weight on it. It's much better now. So it's got a little bit, really hard to see. You can see a little bit, but it's not bad at all. So over time that should settle down. I got my T-Type Turbo 6, even though this car's not going to be a Turbo 6, but it's still pretty cool. And they kind of shine in the dark, but the dash looks really good. This is where it was repaired, and it was repaired down there. That whole section was peeled off, it like lifted off, so I had to redo it. But a little bit of the dimple left, just going to leave that. So it's looking really nice. Got the power seat put in there. That was a pretty hard unit to find in my area, but it does work. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Andy's House of Gears. Working back on the Buick here. So please like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me do something else, leave a comment down below. I'll try to get to it when I can. But thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.